stream this way also. Let's see if it's working. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay, so it's working. Good. This is not as easy as you think. But here we are, 1,598 days since Richard was premeditatedly code red murdered on Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. And I just did a short live stream because I want to make sure that it's getting up there, and getting up there in different ways. Um, and what I was talking about was Danae Katzen and also the planes. So of course, there's so much going on behind the scenes. I was talking a little bit about, um, uh, sorry, it's 12:35, about Advent, the second Advent, and we had a great day. Heard um, some really great messages to sustain us in order to get this accountability, because we live in a society that we want things to happen really quick, but that's not the way things really work. If you want anything um, worthwhile, or you want, which is justice for Richard, then you have to put in the work, because we're a mess. Our country, um, we've been a little bit too complacent or too tolerant to the criminality. Um, and we have, uh, I don't know, gotten to a situation where we have to really work hard to get justice, because our institutions, um, put up some roadblocks. So at the same time, after 4 years, we're in a very good spot. We have active and ongoing investigations. Um, all of the uh, filings that we have done has put the institution in um, a rolling mode in this, and we're getting results, and we're getting a lot of information because of that, and we've been able to um, do extraordinary things that we never set out to do, that hopefully will not just benefit us in getting our son's remains and justice, but also will benefit um, many other injustices in El Paso that have occurred because of this criminal trafficking group there. So what is the breaking news? The breaking news is, and I forgot to say this in my other live stream, but that Joe Spencer is going to continue the Walmart case. He put in a continuation for the Walmart case. He put in a delay, okay, because he's incentivized delays, right? He gets paid very big bucks to delay. Big bucks, millions of dollars of state and federal funds have been paid to him for delays, and for selling out his client. He absolutely sold out his client. Whether you like Patrick Crucius or not, whether you understand his part in the Walmart mass shooting, whether you think he's the lone shooter or that he absolutely had help, it doesn't matter. We have a system. We have a system, and he's supposed to go through that system, and he has rights. Um, and those rights need to be applied to him. And there is also in Texas the death penalty. And if they um, maintain the law and show him um, or abide by his rights and have a trial and have the evidence that he's guilty, then he would have to face the death penalty. But when you have injustices where the truth is prevented from coming out and there's fraud going on, like in the Patrick Crucius case, like what Joe Spencer has done to the detriment of his own client, then there seems to be and his rights have been violated through the criminal law magistrate court, in the federal court, in the state court. Um, you know, it's just very bad for the judicial system to have so many violations when it comes to Joe Spencer and Judge Sam Medrano. So many violations in this case, and Justin Underwood, of course, the illegal ad litem in the case. Thank you so much, Anicia, for coming on again. But that he has incentivized, and you can read the article that I posted up on Facebook, explaining why Joe Spencer has sold out his client and the problems there with the Walmart, and why he has incentivized the delays, because Richard's Halliday's truth would be revealed with the Walmart mass shooting going to trial, okay? Because it's about the ammunition, it's about the weapons, it's about this group, and about Richard's whistleblowing. It's about the fake allegations of racism and white supremacy and all of that was used against President Trump. President Trump is part of this, right? And you have Chris Cuomo's part of this. Every time I see Chris Cuomo on the news, I'm like cringing, because I know that he played such a very violent role in the Walmart mass shooting. And I think he knows Richard's name. I think he does. I think he knows Team 5 Richard Halliday's name because of our hundreds and hundreds of filings. And he is absolutely implicated in participating in a mass shooting for political ends, which is financial ends, with Ernest Christopher Grant and others. Beto O'Rourke, absolutely. Veronica Escobar, absolutely. So yeah, it's really cringeworthy to know that they are willing to kill. They're willing to have people be killed to further political gains. It's sickening. It really is. But that is where the evidence absolutely points to. And it points to a cover up, that there was a need for an orchestration of, a huge event like this to take the law enforcement eyes off of what Richard was reporting, which means that it was in the courts. And we would like to know the rulings of the fraudulent imposter judges that are not judges. They have no authority. But we want to know what kind of orders they gave during the whistleblowing days, and how they tried to cover it up, and how they had to resort to a mass shooting to do it, and then how they covered that up. And then, of course, Richard's murder and how they covered that up, with seals and deals and all kinds of orders. It was really the weaponization of the justice system. So that is really big news there. The other big news was Danae Katzen being on the most wanted list without a bond. Without a bond means Um, you have to have a bond. It's your constitutional right, I believe, to have a bond. And she doesn't have a bond. That means they feel like she is such a threat to the community. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And where is Jonathan Ambrose? Where is her husband? And we know that he was 143. And so she has a couple of intimate relationships with individuals in Richard's unit. And that is, uh, you know, with the criminal trafficking, the weapons trafficking, mainly a lot of ammunition. Um, so she's absolutely connected to Fort Bliss. She's absolutely connected to Richard's unit. She targeted Richard. She targeted our family. And she is also part of the Walmart mass shooting case because she is connected in the same residence as Rosa Maria Valdez Garcia, Thomas Hoffman. So that is uh, another connection. And what it tells us is that Richard's unit was taken over, occupied by a criminal enterprise, a criminal group, criminal trafficking, a criminal trafficking group that was controlling his unit, that was intimidating, had access to other soldiers, um, grooming them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing with these other soldiers. But bringing the soldiers into the criminal circle. And and if you either had to just shut up and go along with it, or I mean, we really need to know which soldiers were part of the criminal group and which soldiers were forced. And this is military. This is not where you can just say, "Ooh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here," and not show up. You are forced to be there. And this is supposed to be a safe zone, right? A safe zone. My unit is supposed to be esprit de corps. My dad was so right. He goes, they have no esprit de corps. They have no esprit de corps. No, they are a criminal trafficking enterprise group um, infiltrated and occupied Richard's unit. That's what this means. And they're connected to the Walmart mass shooting. That is huge news. And that has been confirmed now. It's not a guess. It's not, oh, I suspect this. No, Danae Katzen is on the most wanted without a bond. And she is connected intimately with multiple members of Richard's unit. She targeted Richard, she targeted us, and she is connected very closely with the same residents as Rosa Maria Valdez Garcia of the Walmart mass shooting, who also targeted Richard, also targeted the investigation, also targeted key witness in our son's case, the whistleblower in our son's case, Judge Roger Rodriguez. And we know that Yvonne Rosales was looking into the El Paso Community Foundation's Walmart mass shooting victims fund and the allegations of suspected fraud in the distribution of over $12 million. Over $12 million was in that fund. And the main person suspected as fraud is Rosa Maria Valdez Garcia. And it doesn't stop there. She went on to try to be a Witwe. Maybe she's already been a Witwe, which is a German word for widow, which is a fraud. And so it is, we're burning the midnight oil because things are moving so fast. The open records are moving so fast and going through all the information that's coming back to us, because now more and more information is coming back to us, and that's why we're looking at the planes. We're looking at the connection with the pilots and the planes. And that is, so tomorrow I'll have more breaking news about that because of the transport of contraband, the transport of our son. Because our main aim is to get our son's remains. To get our son's remains and to hold those that did this horrible thing. To many, many, but the horrible, horrible thing to our son Richard is held accountable. And we want to do it legally. We don't want to be like Joe Spencer. We want to do it legally so that the death penalty can be on the table, because in our son's case, those that did what they did to Richard absolutely need to have the death penalty on the table for what they did. So thank you so much. God bless you. Please share this. I don't have a blue diamond on my head for this live stream. So you won't have a marker to say, oh, use that one. So so please share. It is 1,587 days. 1,598 days. Oh my gosh, y'all. The days are piling up, and we're coming up to Christmas. We're coming up to January 20th. And please note that we are absolutely praying for Hedge Seth to get in there for the Pentagon, to clean out that Pentagon. And then we're looking for Kash Patel to be FBI. Absolutely to do what he needs to do in the FBI, to get a government by the people, for the people, and of the people, so that we can have justice and not this weaponization of our institutions. So thank you so much. God bless you. And I will be back tomorrow, God willing. Bye-bye.